So we've been sharing from the book of Daniel, and we're presently in verse 8. Yesterday we started touching on the topic of leaving an effectual resolution. So it's not just about making a resolution. We spent a while talking about the power of resolution or the power of resolve, right? There's one thing to have a resolve. There's another thing to be able to leave it out, because a resolve without works is dead, just like faith without works is dead. The reason for resolve is that it be acted out, because until you act it out, you won't get the fruit, the reward, the result of the resolve, right? And that's what we got to share yesterday. Today, we're going to key in on another part of that verse, still on the same topic of leaving an effectual resolution. And that's the second part of that verse, right? We've been looking at the first verse, first part. We looked at the last part yesterday. I want to go back to the middle part. And it says that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's delicacies. Not the word delicacies, right? Nor with the wine which he drank. You know, that when I read that kind of reminds me of Genesis chapter 3, right? Eve saw the fruit and he saw that it was good. She was attracted by the niceness of the tree, niceness of the fruit, right? Irrespective of the fact that it was something going against what the Lord had ordinated. So this is Daniel here working in the right direction, a anti-direction of what he did in going against God, right? Even though the food was good, that was what the king hates. It was taken from the king's table, so it was the best of the best in the known world at that point in time. It was the best of the best in the kingdom of Babylon. It was what the king was eating. The king meant well by giving them the food that he gave to them. He gave it to them from a good heart, right? But Daniel recognized that even though it was the best of the best, at least outwardly, physically, there was something that it represented that was going to corrupt his standing with God, right? So even though it was attractive to the eyes, even though it was something that to be associated with, to be seen with, because anybody eating that kind of meal has to be someone exalted in the kingdom, right? Even though it was something to be associated with, something to be prideful about, he was careful, because even though there was something to gain from a physical realm, there was something to lose in the spiritual realm, right? So we need to be careful, right? In life, even as we make our decisions, our resolve, not to be carried away by externalities of things, right? Like common saying would tell ourselves, not all that glitters is gold, right? The food was good, it was glittering, it was presentable, it was something to be desired, something to be longed for, something to take, something to increase your status. But it was something that was going to put him at odds with God, right? Anything you get from a temporal level will only last for a time. The things you get spiritually last for eternity. So no matter how long we live in this life, no matter what it is that we're running after, it's just temporal in this life. You're going to live maybe 200 years, 100 years. That's all it's going to last for. It can't go into eternity, because flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of God, right? It is the things that we do in the name of God to please him, to walk according to his dictates. Those are the things we carry with us into eternity. And the truth is that it's not only in eternity, it also has benefits in this life, right? It's not something like the teachers will say, you get your reward in heaven. Bible talks about good success, just like it has to be God's way, God's time in this life, and get a reward in the life to come. That is a better promise.